Okay, I'm testing out this body cam mount that I made. It's the same body cam mount that I had hanging over my head that I used to put on my neck. I made a little necklace type thing for it. But I put that aside because it has a clip on the back. And if I can put the camera this way rather than the other way, I'd like to do that. So that's what I'm attempting to do now, and I'm out for a test run with it. I figure while I'm at it, I might as well come down here to the water, do some digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from other areas other than the cloud level, the moon, which are two of the most popular areas that I collect EMNC from. But I do like to keep people's mind on what's really going on here. So I'm going to do the water. I'm just going to look because there was somebody coming up the trail. Once I start talking, they'll accuse me of being the whack job. So anyways, I got some filters on me right now. I already labeled everything that I'm going to label on my YouTube channel, on the Mike Loziak channel. I'm still able to upload there so far. We'll see what happens with that. I have some filters on me, a red and a green, because last time I came over to the water, see if this thing's still running. It is. So that does make it really easy, as long as I don't drop it in the fucking water while I'm doing this. Okay, and then last time I digitally collected from the water, I used red. So today I got a green filter. It looks somewhat clean. It's got some scratches in it, but that's alright. Zoom in. Gonna set up my camera. I'm trying to stay away from the lights and shadows to not distract myself. I will try to go in more too. Let's see. Yeah, it's not letting me go in. I'm changing the light. I'm at 2.2 now. It's not really working. It's alright. I can get what I need. And what we're doing here is digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from the area we call the stream leading to the river. Trying to get the damn camera. It went to 2.3 that time. The shadows really won't affect me all that much. It's not that big of a deal, but just so I can be more exact. Yeah. How are you? There it is, 4. It went to a 4 that time. How are you guys? I'm okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Gotta give a little smell. How you doing?
Yeah, get more.
There you go. What do you got? Oh, see those dog
Tell them to
treats?
sit.
Sit. You're a good
right.
boy, huh?
I bark at people, I get a cookie.
He's a nice dog. Lab and what else? Lab.
All that.
All lab.
All that. Yep.
Beautiful.
100%. Could be a fucking nitwit sometimes.
So there's somewhat longer hair though, because I must have been a mix, right? I had one time that they told me was all lab, but her hair was longer, her fur was longer in the back.
Man, but this hair is short.
Then again, she was a brown lab actually. She was brown. She looked mostly black, but they called her a brown lab.
Is it Chesapeake?
Good boy.
I forgot what. There's two different ones. Chesapeake and whatever. I think or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
One of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the father is silver, and the mother was champagne.
Okay.
And okay, that's the mother. That's the father.
Yeah. And they come out black.
Well,
yeah.
Because it's in their genes.
Sure.
Okay.
The black lab trail had to come somewhere because it's the purest breed, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think. 3 of them were black. Well, 2 of them were black, I think. 3 were champagne, 3 were like white.
Yeah, yeah.
I think one of them may have been a brown one. That would have been nice.
Yeah, he's handsome.
But, like, okay, we go to New Hampshire. There's another the other breed, and they're shorter, but they're bigger.
Yeah.
Their heads are bigger.
Yeah.
You had your cookie. You barked at the person that got it, won. The other day you went through a pocket for it.
I love the way they conversate with their eyes like that, you know? It's so funny the way they conversate with their eyes like that. Yeah. Because he was already having the conversation before you even gave him the attention. Yeah. He was already like trying to get eye contact with you, you know?
Yeah. Stay right there.
He's a good dog.
That's another cookie. That's what he wants.
Yeah. He knows he's going to get one. He probably gets 2 or 3.
The whole family went. He kept hanging back. Yeah. This guy back here has got is the pocket full of cookies. You people don't give it to me when I walk. He does. He kept going with my son, kept ripping my son's arm, going back to me. Like, God, keep up.
Well, it's great to even see him, you know, people walking their dogs even. Because remember when we were kids, I know they made up some crap about a couple, I don't know, man. I got bit a couple times. I got bit at a car show one time. A guy had his dog. He gave me like $50 or something because I was crying, you know, he nipped me, whatever, you know. My point is that there's no more stray dogs anywhere. I mean, they did away with the stray cats now too, but the dogs, I remember I had a little poodle. He was a leader of a pack in Holyoke, and he ran with 12, 13 other dogs daily. He would run out and he'd do his thing, you know. And we'd get in trouble once in a while about him running around because he would cause car accidents. That was another bad thing about letting them all run crazy, you know. And that dog had 9 lives. I mean, I seen Jeeps run over him, and I thought, oh my God, at least the axle would at least knock his head. Nope. He hovers down, you know, goes out the other side.
What do you mind? He's got a farm. There's a town that's got a reservoir next to his father's farm.
Lots of cats.
Okay. So he says when he goes there, okay, and there's houses on the way. He says, I can go there an hour after the school buses picked up all the kids. Mm-hmm. And I listen. Yep. The dogs now, he says the dog's got the scent of the deer and they're chasing the deer. Okay? There's that little fucking beagle, there's that, okay. He said, yeah, the shepherd, the collie, whatever, they got no nose with that friggin' beagle.
Yeah,
he says when they would have their pattern down.
Yeah.
Hey guys, why don't you come over to the farm? Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
to really do it.
Yeah.
You take the call and stick it in people's mailbox.
And it was probably instinct. The beagle probably not even trained. It was just probably instinct. Yeah.
I think he's going to follow. He comes across the deer track. Yeah, he looks at it. There's a bear. Now, where do you live?
I'm right here. I'm diving.
Okay, you guys got a bear here?
Once in a while we'll hear about something, but we haven't seen them.
We're right down by Lawz.
Mm-hmm.
If you go over there.
Yeah.
Okay, the last cutoff, the houses up now.
Yep, to the right, yep.
That sucker goes. I've had him run in the summertime.
No shit.
Where you're at.
I wonder what the hell he's doing hanging out over on that end now.
You know what Coach's farm is? Coach's plantation.
Yep.
From what I understand, the bear spends his winter up there. That's where he's got his bed. So what he hits Kingsbury. Then he goes over across the street to Malbrook in that area.
Okay.
He makes his rounds.
Yeah.
My neighbor, the bear came in and destroyed my bird feeder. Okay. So that's the $15.
That's what I was hearing.
That's
shit
the
like that. Yeah.
$15 one.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a better one.
Now she went out and got a $25 one.
Yeah.
He destroyed that one. She's going up. Now I said, okay, so you got, the bear wiped out the $15 one. You got the $25 one. He made a round a month later, wiped that out. I see you got a new one. What that one cost you? $55?
Better get it up on the garage roof or something. Yeah. Yeah.
I went up to Clem's. Look, we had a little one. I went up to Clem's. okay, here's another one, because I thought the squirrels were getting at it.
Right.
Okay, so I stuck it up there. I come home one day from work. There's the thing all over them. I said, this must have been a fucking squirrel or raccoon on fucking
He must not have been able to
steroids.
get into it, huh?
Here's the
Yeah,
bitch. Right,
yeah.
he ripped it to shit.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
another one, and he ripped it apart. Oh, that's
Usually
what-
they just rip the bottom out, come down. So he must have had a hard time getting that one open for it to be everywhere like that, you know? Because that's what they usually just go like that, and then they'll all just
a
fall
couple
in.
years ago, okay, there's a greenhouse right up at it. If you go on Route 32, going into Gilderville,
Mm-hmm.
there's a greenhouse on one side, Madigan's or something like that, right by the high tension place.
I know who you're talking
And
about.
right across,
Yep.
they got
She
a
does
gazebo.
jelly and jam and shit. Yep.
They got a gazebo. The guy's got a bird feeder. Me and Walter going by. There's the bear.
No shit.
Like you said,
Yeah,
He's trying to get his tongue into the
yeah.
into
Yeah.
the bird feeder. He ran and just ripped it off, flipped it upside down. We're sitting across the street taking pictures. He could have cared less.
Yeah.
Cared friggin' less. Yeah. No,
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's where people freak out is their animals are out in the yard and then the dog will try to fight it or something. But because my buddy Steve's in Belchertown and they get them up there all the time and they'll usually freak out. And then if you get a good bunch of neighbors, like you said, that turn into get worried about. Here it's been the coyotes more than anything that pissed me off. Yeah, they got my cat last year. Yeah, they got my cat last year. I was overslept and
like we're down in the stuff behind Lawz and Walmart. You know, I hear them. Or a couple of years ago, before Lawz and Walmart was in there, I used to take my other dogs into that area there to walk. Oh yeah, I'd run across them. Now,
so now you may not see them because you're walking the trail during the day more, but they're getting them at night. If you watch the trail, you'll notice the birds because they're getting his chickens. They're getting the cop's chickens. The cop that lives on the next street over here.
Okay, yeah.
You've been finding his feathers everywhere in a pile. Yeah. So that's all you find is a pile of feathers.
My wife used
you know.
to work with this girl. They got the chickens here.
Yeah. They're a nice couple. Yeah.
No. Okay, just this one, yeah.
Yeah, this one, yeah.
It's this street right here that she's working in the hospital or whatever. But you ready to go home? Sounds like it.
All right.
Mom's gonna be thrilled to see you.
Good shooting
All right,
the breeze, bud. All right, take it easy, guys.
You'll you'll see you with my son and daughter.
All right.
Come down here. Yeah, we go down into the dumpster and go down.
Yeah, I'm on the trails every day. As a matter of fact, on your street, what's going on with Steven? I haven't seen him use the trail all year. Is that his name, Steven, right? The guy in the wheelchair?
Yeah. Okay, he's on the next one. On the first street, yep. He was
they made the trail for him, and he hasn't used it. I only seen him the first month that they did the trail over.
Last week when I was walking the dog, he was going around. Well, maybe because it was
Oh, he was on the trail? Oh, okay.
I
That's
know
good.
a couple times this summer, the ambulance came to the house.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
how good he was.
Yeah.
How good he was doing.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Mike, I'm like, what's your name, Joe?
Joe.
All right, Joe, we'll see you on the trail for sure.
If you see a young guy running with him,
Yeah.
that's my son,
your
Mike.
Okay, I probably did see them guys together now that you mention it too. I think I did see him, a younger guy walking them. Yep.
My daughter, Chris. Or you'll see two twins.
Okay.
My wife and her sister.
And I'll recognize him now more than anything. I'll see him and I'll know that he's related.
Okay, so next street over, there's a scruffy little dog and another white one. There's also a bigger collie. That's a bigger one. I think they're all on that.
Yeah, they just got that little one. The little one's a barker. He just barks. Yeah, he's funny. And he took over. They used to have a pit bull. It's called Scooter, and he was a pain in the ass barker. But then you got what's her name? And everybody just deals with it now. Nobody really says anything anymore. Her direct neighbor used to bitch, but you could see why. I'm trying to remember her name now. Ellen. Her husband used to be the principal at the school down here for many years. But anyway, she's a nice lady, and she got 11 or 12 little ones, and they're all the time.
Here?
Yeah. On the next one, yeah, Sunny Hill or whatever it is, Sunny Hill Drive. Yeah, if you go up Sunny Hill.
Okay, you go up street into that loop right there?
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's all. Pretty much everybody in the neighborhood, all their dogs, they're really cool. Like you got Dave next door to the girl,
Okay,
you
there's
know.
a black dog in there like him.
Littler though, right?
Yeah,
Is it a
because I
little?
seen the guy. I seen him
Yeah.
one day go walking up.
Yes, that's Mike. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And his little, they just got that one. They just got him recently. Before that, it was a
He
really
looks like a
nice.
lab.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Still a pup dog, and he's a really cool dog.
What?
And then everybody's really nice dogs. Actually, Dave's dog's aged out. He's got a dog next door to the girl, you know, that's a nurse. And next to he's got a beautiful dog too. Lab also. It's a red or a dark red lab looking, a little bigger than him.
Okay.
And there's a real nice dog. Then you got the guy that he's got a purebred Budweiser type pit bull. You know, it looks like the Bud dog there. It's that kind of pit, but also very well behaved dog. Very nice. And yeah, and then you got a couple more going around. But she's the funniest one because she's got all the little yappers, and they get everybody else going in the neighborhood. You know, then they're all freaking yelling at each other. It's good to see. That's what I'm saying. I kind of missed that. When I was a kid, all the dogs, they had their packs. There were dogs like him running in the pack with the little poodle leading the way.
We got when we were teenagers, we got a beagle that was a hunter. You want to talk about a beagle that hunted?
It seems like not until the pit bulls came around big, that's when everything went shitty. Because then it was one kid after another, and then once a pit bull got a hold of a kid or somebody, you know what I mean, they'd really mess them up. And it sucks because pit bulls are nice dogs. Like, you know, obviously it's the owners.
When I was small, I was running from the church to the rectory to go get the priest. This is in Three Rivers. He had a Saint Bernard. I can tell you, when a Saint Bernard walks onto your arm when you're running,
yeah.
your feet,
You're like, your
feet are gonna go up in the air.
Yeah.
Into a freaking skull.
Yeah, because you're talking what, 230 pounds probably, right?
Yeah, he was around 150, 170.
Yeah.
But when we were in grammar school, across the street, there was the church, the grammar school, St. Peter and Paul, Three Rivers.
Yeah.
Okay. This guy across the street from the school had like a little farm. He'd have chicken. St. Bernard with the going across the street. Oh, Bull's Barn got one. Oh yeah, the costume priest $10 for that chicken.
Yeah. More dinner. Here comes another one.
All right.
Looks like she's walking, a big dog too.
That's the one I don't know. All right, we're going to take the low road. We're going to go along the...
Right. Try to avoid any problems. All right, see you guys. All right, so anyways, there's that was enough of the water. Anyways, I was just figured I'd aim the camera at the water while I was talking to that guy. Nice guy, beautiful dog. But up and down the trails, you know, there's going to be rocks and stones and boulders and all kinds of shit. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm starting off this series. And it's funny, the way I do my series is crazy too. Just like my personality, I start from the back and work my way forward. Lots of reasons for that. I don't even know who I'm going to make the series out to when I start. I know better than to try to, I throw some names around. Okay, so this is digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from the area we call this rock. And that's all it is, just a rock. When I walk away from it, I don't want to zoom in and out. I'm seeing it all. The digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from the area we call this boulder. And I'll show you the boulder when I step back. It's got fungus and spots all over it and all kinds of other shit. Green filter on there. And feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast over and over from the veil to the ground. And all of that. So I'm starting this series out to this guy, Chili. Chili is his name. I don't know if that's his birth name or what it is. He's I really don't know much about him, but I liked what he had to say. Out of all the auditors, he does not even really consider himself an auditor. He is trying to be helpful, and as anybody that's been following along with my series, I was making a series out to the auditors. I didn't really care which ones I made it out to. So this guy Chili has said several things that interested me. One of them being that he's very aware of these so-called constitutional rights being actually God-given rights, and by them putting together this paper called the Constitution that they could immediately start tearing apart, so that's how they take your rights away from you, because they're giving you the rights. You know, they're supposed to be protecting those rights, protecting the God-given rights, but then, of course, it all gets changed around and turned around. And this happens in every country. America is no freer than, or any more tyrannic or less than anybody else. So a lot of the other auditors keep claiming that in the United States, you know, we have the Constitution, so therefore we're free and all this kind of shit, which is not accurate. We're not free. We just pretend. So my whole goal here is to show Chili that it's way bigger than those God-given rights. And I'm going to be able to hopefully try to help him. Hopefully he'll come to the series. That's another reason why I do what I do with the numbering system, because I have already made the videos. So this way YouTube's going to fuck with me no matter what I do. So now those videos are already made. Any of them that got copyright strikes are already done, which I have one strike so far, but then there's other ones on there as well. Same thing, there's a lot of rocks and stones over here. So I think I came back here before too. And then we'll walk back the other way once the girl walks by. So I'll try to hold the camera as steady as I can. Digital collection of electromagnetic nanocarbon from the area we call the boulder. I wish it was easier to go in and out with this damn thing. Let me see. Yeah, it's not really. I have to tap it, and then if I tap on it, I don't know how it's gonna work really that good. Let's see. How are you? So they just stay on the phone anyway, which is pretty typical of everybody. See all the faces in there? See all the faces? Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, over and over from the veil to the ground. Look at it, it's fucking awesome. So I noticed that even on the transfers, YouTube may mess around with the pixels. I'm just coming over to another one over here. It's got some shadows in it from the sticks and stuff like that, so I may not bother with that. Let me come down here a little bit. Letting some light into the camera, lights and shadows, lights and shadows. I see it all, no problem. I'll be able to collect this for you, just like if we do it in the clouds or the moon or the rock or the stone. Or we can come over here to the tree, let the camera focus. There we go. Just like in the tree, see? Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast, over and over from the veil to the ground. It is this way. Oh my God, I'm fucking freezing. My hands are freezing. Another rock over here. When I step back, I'll bring the camera out. I just don't want to waste my time. I'm going to move out of the light from that so I can use my lights and shadows. Very good. Got it. Moving the camera kind of fast, but that's all right. Got it. Maybe if I come back here, I'll be able to aim so I don't have to. I'd hate to zoom out. So those stone boulders over there, see all those boulders? That's where I was at. I don't want to come on to number 4 because I was in there pretty good. And now I'm afraid if I do, I won't. It just never fucking works, man, when you go to use it. All right. So I'm gonna come back out. So what I want to do is, when I walk by up here, I'll show you this rock boulder that I was looking at. I gotta put some gloves on. I can't feel my fingers. So I'm even letting the camera run on the ground right now as I'm walking. And you might think there's nothing there to see, but there is. I can digitally collect the EMNC from all these areas. Just a bunch of leaves. Now, normally I don't, because it has human influence. It's not like the rock, the stone, or the tree, where I can justify and say to anybody that might be coming to these videos that the tree, the rock, the stone, the moon, the clouds, they don't realize the human influence in them. So I can get away with saying that. But as we're looking here at this grassy area that is normally grass under there, and see the leaves that are laying all over the ground, but you can also see that they've been trampled by humans, dogs, other creatures. So they have human influence in them, but I can still collect the EMNC from these areas. If no human, just like I do in the snow, when I come with the snow and it snows out in the same exact area, I come and I digitally collect the EMNC, and it's nice because you have a white contrast as it's snowing, falling on the leaves. So visually, you can see the feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast over and over from the veil to the ground much easier in a pile of leaves with a little bit of snow on them. That's why I'm adding the green filter. The leaves are brownish, reddish, all that. So with a green filter on here, of course, it's going to show better. Now, I see it everywhere, and it looks really fucking nice. I mean, I'll take you in on this area on a remaster. Now, of course, after humans trample on it, it's still going to show feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. Of course it will. But I'm just explaining that I normally don't do anything with human influence in it for that reason. Because I don't want to hear any... I got to listen to enough shit as it is, as to what it is I'm showing you guys. I don't want to have to add, oh, well, how can you look at the leaves and then you can obviously see footprints in there and other things and foreign objects. That's human influence, you know. Yes, it does, but it doesn't matter. Any human influence does not disturb the true creator's work. This is the true creator's work. These builders are all around us. These are triangular builders that are all around us. So as I'm explaining this, I'm going to be explaining this more and more to this guy that I'm making this series to now. So I went from 200, I believe I started at, and I'm down to 50 something. I think 50, maybe even into 40s somewhere, 48, 49, something like that. So that means I got 1 through 48 that I'm gonna now make. This video that I'm putting up now will probably be 44 or 42. See how I work my way backwards? So now now I'll end up making one of these next few videos to Chili as my #1 video, and I'll mark it and tag it as #1, and then all of a sudden my numbers will start going up rather than down, because they want to start as a 1. It may be this video right here. So instead of making it 48, I will make this video the introductory video to say hi Chili, but usually I turn the camera on myself when I do that video. And you'll notice that to the auditors, there's this boulder that I was just going in on before. There's this boulder here. You'll notice that throughout my series, I was already ready to choose other auditors. Before I came along to this guy Chili, I was just having a hard time doing it because I'm having a hard time choosing. There's a lot of auditors that are out there that are CIA and different agencies that work purposely to fuck everybody up. Oh my God. It is cold. So you got those guys I don't have time to pick through and see who's who, so I do my best to be discerning. Is that the word? To be discerning about chemtrailing the shit out of us. Can't call them chemtrails though. I wonder if they'll put condensation trails on this video when I do videos of the water and the rocks. Sometimes they do. They're absolutely insane because the camera went like that. They'll say that it's a condensation trail video. I wish I knew the trick to going in so that it would be easy, so I don't have to play this fucking game, because I'm doing it now 100 times over. I'm hitting the camera trying to zoom in. It won't go. Unbelievable. Bitch. See, those shadow lines from all these trees and stuff like that, I'd like to get in the middle of that so I don't have them as a distraction. I see the imagery, even in the moving water. You will too. Anybody watching these videos, you will see it as well. I'm only doing these. I will remaster these, and I will keep pausing the video, and I will use my camera as a viewing device to show you. It's the same everywhere you go. Feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast. Over and over from the veil to the ground. It is this way. These triangular builders are building everything in this realm, including me as I'm talking to you now. Back to Chili. So this guy Chili got this channel called, I just wrote it 100 and something times, I should remember it. Delete Lawz. So that goes, it's just a pronunciation and the name. Everybody tries to do a channel name that's well thought out. And I think that he did a good job with that because it does explain what he's looking for. And I totally agree. I totally agree with a lot of his thoughts in the way he's going about things. But there is this other part that he's still missing that I can show you, Chili. Hi, Chili. My name's Mike. And what I'm going to be trying to show you is that it's much bigger than what you think. The lies are much more than what you think. Who you see as the biggest liars and the biggest problem is also not true, Chili. You're seeing it as the police are the biggest problem with all of this, and it's not. It's us. It's a 7.8 billion zombie slaves. Now, I've not heard you say that statement yet, that it's a 7.8 billion zombie slaves, but I believe I will hear you say it because I'm getting to know your personality, and I think you'll understand what it is I'm telling you. Just walked by a couple nice boulders, but I've been in on those so many times. Not going to extract anything from them today. I'll keep going. There's more up here. So the thing is, Chili, they lied to us about absolutely everything. Who are these liars? Well, it's us. We are the liars. The 7.8 billion zombie slaves that choose to continue lying to ourselves and each other, generation after generation, about absolutely everything. And when I say absolutely everything, you're going to think that's an exaggeration. That's why it's important that you go look at what it is I'm showing you. Don't be so interested with the words that are coming out of my mouth. Be more interested with going and look at what it is I'm showing you. feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast over and over from the veil to the ground. In the true creator system, there is no up, down, left, right, backward, forward, in or out. It does not exist until you get into the false creator / creators work. Anything other than the feline, canine, rodent, ape, human, and beast that we see in our daily lives, whether it be in a school book or on a television screen, all other species that are here are derived by humans dividing Adam. Humans learned to divide Adam. And then that technology, that 7.8 billion zombie slaves that we think are overpopulating the earth, are nothing compared to the amount of us that were here at other times in real true history. Now these are just words. They're just words coming out of some nobody's mouth. But I've seen it, so I'm going to tell it to you. I don't expect you to take my word on it. What I expect you to do is go look at what it is I'm showing you and go look for yourselves. Because all will be told without ever using a word. The true creator, the false creator / creator, they do not use words. That's all human concept, human influence, human concept. It's garbage. Anybody saying that God talked to them and said anything in human terminology has been duped. They've been tricked. It's not the way it works. But you will understand clearly any messages that come through, because they're not being sent by the true creator, the false creator / creator. They're not being sent by them. They're just acknowledgement from yourself, from your subconscious, to be able to understand what it is we're truly looking at. What I'm trying to get to is that there's nobody looking down on us to protect us from these 7.8 billion zombie slaves. There's no one looking down from heaven saying, I'm looking out for these 7.8 billion zombie slaves. You have to get that out of your fucking mind. That's not what's happening. What's really happening is a couple thousand, I don't know how many couples of thousands, maybe tens of thousands, at the very top all over this earth, know everything that I'm showing you and more. They have the rest of the story, and they're using it against us. Okay? And they're using it against us. They propagandize absolutely everything. Every country, not just the United States. They're all in on it together. Whoever these few thousand at the top. And I ask that you do not waste your time being angry at the thousands at the top, because it's really not their fault. It really is not at this point, because the 7.8 billion zombie slaves had plenty of time and plenty of opportunity to wake up to all their lies. But they don't. We choose not to. We say it's in God's hands. So if it's in God's hands, then we just don't worry about it. We just keep going on as dumbed down zombie slaves, and we keep signing up for the same old shit over and over and over again. The true creator and the false creator / creator show no interest in anything that the human population is doing here. What I'm watching you guys do, Chili, in your videos, I'm going to get you in the next couple, over the next couple weeks. Every time your camera is showing behind you in that sky, and I'm listening to you bitch about people's equal rights and civil rights and all this shit, but you have no appreciation for what's going on above your head. I mean, it's bad. All the places that you are, that I'm going to go in on, and I'm going to extract it, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to use your videos to do it. I'll probably use some other people too, some other auditors. But I'm going to get into it, and I'm going to show you that all around you, behind you, isn't it kind of strange? And you're a nice guy so far. So far from what I've seen of you, I like you. But what I'm saying is, even you have been duped. Okay, even you are being duped. Or the other possibility, which always seems to happen, you might just be part of the problem. You might be an agent. So if you're a paid agent, like pretty much everybody else that I've called out so far, if you're not everyone has been a knowing paid agent, but they're all paid agents. And because if I'm calling you out and you're not willing to go look, it either means one of two things. Either you're too afraid to look and you're not going to get it, you're not going to see it, so therefore you won't get it. Or you do get it, you do see it, seen it all along, and hiding it from the rest of us. And then throwing it in our face all the times that you put your camera up at the clouds and show us all that kind of shit, right? So all the times that you do that, you're showing us that it's putting it right in our face, just like the government does, right? Just like every channel that you go on, every TV channel you go on, it's always this way. Anyways, here comes my guy again. The camera's not so much crooked. He probably thinks they got treats on me. He probably thinks they got treats on me, that's why. No, I didn't bump into him. I tried to get off the trail for the girl. Okay. It's just me. You remember me?
Remember
10
him?
minutes ago?
He took the lower. He should have came out right by the. He should have came out right by the bridge, because we met. I saw the girl, so we go down below and run to this guy. He's gonna laugh like him 5 years old, and this other little thing that's no bigger than my freaking glove.
Yeah, it's good to see everybody using it, man. I like seeing everyone use the trail like that. It's nice.
He comes from Bonsall. Comes down here.
Yeah, I do see a lot of dog walkers come up to Lawz. They'll come out at Lawz, walk the dogs from there.
My nephew, well, my cousin, who lives on top of the hill, he comes down here. He's got a hound dog. If you ever hear a dog barking above Lawz like it's coming out the hill, that's his dog.
Okay.
Oh. He's the guy that got the horse farm up here.
Did he ever ride the horses around, or is that
he comes here. He's got boards of up there, and they ride.
I got you.
Broncos mom. That's what he rides.
Yeah, this guy I think ran out of places to ride. There's the guy down here at the corner after he passed away just recently, a couple of years ago. Fred? Is that his name?
I got no idea.
Okay, so there's a guy down here. As a matter of fact, he was the old man that used to drive through town. He's so funny. He'd drive through town like 15 miles an hour. The cops used to let him get away with it because they just were so used to him. And he used to park down by the bridge on 32, and that was the end of his property. And he owns that. You know what a nice blue house is, and then it's building after building. There's those rentals.
No,
kitty corner across the street from the school.
Okay.
Yeah. Frank or Fred? I'm trying to remember
Oh, okay.
which.
Casanas.
Frank, right? Is
Yeah,
it Frank?
Frank
Oh, okay.
Frank Casanas.
Yeah. Yeah, him. No, so he passed away, and then I guess, so his farm, whoever was riding the horses over there, we don't see him too much anymore now, because I'm assuming it's because they broke up the property over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
My cousin. Well, my cousin's the one was, of course, my cousin's son. His wife was the one that fell out of the barn, broke her neck.
Oh my God.
But he's got. Matter of fact, last year I go up to see him to get some horses to pick up my garden of the cancer.
Yeah.
And there's two people. They're from Connecticut. They came up for the weekend. They bought their camper. His brother lives on a higher up, the next house up, way up on the hill.
Yeah.
And both of them were big cops. And we'll camp here all weekend long. We're gonna go ride the horses. He's got trails.
Yeah.
All the way over on what they call Run Those Mountains.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everybody rides up there. They don't come down here. But he's down here with his dog. He comes down here with his son. And you'll see him run like that. A big blue thick hound.
Huh.
My son's running to him. Yeah, we live out here.
Yeah, it was nice seeing all the old pictures and stuff like that of what it looked like in our neighborhood. It was all farmland, all the way down to Jane Hall,
This used to be
all open field. Yeah.
my grandfather had a farm like where Consaki's is.
Yeah.
And my mother used to play. Okay, you from where?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, for 15 years.
Okay.
Holyoke, I grew up in.
Okay, but when you go down here, okay, at the end of Melbourne Road, there used to be a singing bridge.
Yeah.
That got
I've
washed.
seen all the pictures. Yeah.
I don't know why they never rebuilt it.
I know. What about the beach? What about the beach too? Same thing.
That was the 53.
Yeah.
Because my mother used to say, yeah, I used to walk the cows across the bridge, walk them over here, and all this here was the house on the corner of the street. There's a house with pillars.
Yeah.
Right next to where the barn is. They used to be the Laviolette farm. My grandfather was friends with Mr. Laviolette.
Yeah.
And this was my mother. She's standing in my backyard. Yeah, it's like raise the cows right here, right where I'm standing.
Yeah, isn't it amazing? You know how it's all changed.
Yeah, we used to go down here. Yeah, we moved here in 76. All this was vacant. The kids used to come down here and party. Like I went to the chief of police because they ran over my neighbor's yard. Yeah, the kids. You want to do something about the kids partying over here when they come out at night? They're all cocked up. I says, you know where you used to go party? That's where they're partying.
Yeah, exactly.
You know where? I know where it's at.
Yeah, you can't do none of that no more. That's for sure. Yeah, we used to have Bears Hole in Holyoke. But over here, they had
Holyoke?
Yeah, from Holyoke when I was growing up, yeah. But yeah, over here you had those two red houses that were there from the time when the beach existed. And about 10 years ago, they took them both down because the homeless guys kept showing up in there. But it was nice that they were leaving them up for as amount of time.
I ran to someone to talk to me about swimming there. You know, the old guys.
Yeah, I seen pictures.
They used to jump off a cliff. Off of the guys. Wait, I just remember Melbourne Bridge when I was a small kid driving over it. Okay, because my uncle owned the airport in Barber.
Yeah.
That's why I grew up.
Well, even when we're walking on these roads, pay attention to the ones that have the manhole covers, because those were the roads before.
Well,
manhole covers.
No, this was a railroad.
Is that what it was? Okay.
This was a railroad.
Because there's some of them that have pavement on them too.
This whole thing, all the way through. It goes back. Matter of fact, it goes back into Palmer. It runs. This railroad runs. If you go,
but only where there's no manholes. They couldn't have run the railroads on top of the manholes. Because when you get down to
the manholes were put in later. That's sewage treatment. All the manholes. Do you see this?
Yeah, they did this after the railroad took them out.
They just put that in 2 or 3 years ago. All that's for Walmart.
Okay, and then in that case, then I question you because next time you go down this way, when you get to where the river is, right? when you start paying attention where the manholes are, look towards the edge of the road, you can see pavement on both sides. Not only on that road, but when you go down to the next road, when you're up on top on this road here, right? When you get down to where
the next road,
is,
the next road you hit.
Yeah, but when you wait till you get to the river, you know there's a couple cross trails to get down to the next level to walk right by the river. All right.
Okay, so, going toward the river. Okay.
Yep. So right down there, and you walk on that one, and it's pavement all under there.
Okay. Okay, that's Melbourne Road.
It used to be, right?
Okay, that used to be Melbourne Road. That's where the bridge was.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Matter of fact, when you walk along the trail, I see, like here, you see all the stones that are. How the hell they get there? Those were the stones that must have been. And one of my buddies in town told me, he says, yeah, somehow the town sold the property back to the people next to the bridge. Oh, wait a minute. Why did they do that? Why did they build the? Because that got taken out in the '53 flood. In the '53 flood, they got taken out.
Happened? Oh,
yep. Got taken out. But yeah, okay, because you cross here, you can see where the road. But yeah, then when you get down, the road goes down. At first, it's muddy.
There's still remnants of the two homes that were there, and then they weren't really homes because when you look at the picture, what they were food shacks. They were like food shacks. Kids were running out in and out. Okay. They got pictures of them in lithographs. If you go on the internet and you look it up, where old swimming hole town beach type thing,
and
you'll find them. Yeah, that's how I found them. Okay. And then because I was doing some research on trees one time, and I was really freaking out about the trees because if you go to the Quabbin, they've got those signs up everywhere where they never went underwater with it, right? You got all that land, the part they didn't go under. They got the plaques that they set up. So the story behind that is a nice young girl from town, her uncle was a veteran, and they grew up here and blah, blah, blah. So they put the plaques on, but when you're standing there looking at the plaques, I'm saying, this is freaking weird because I'm surrounded by forest, but in this picture that's supposedly 160 years ago, 180 years ago, there's no trees. Where were all the trees? So there's a lot of stories. I'm a conspiracy guy on this, so I don't think so. So I went around town and I searched not only this town, but eight surrounding towns. So you can go online and you can pull up the lithographs from these areas, and that's where I came across this story about the town beach and everything. They call it the Rare Beach. And they actually brought all kinds of beach sand, beach sand.
Hey, quiet!
They brought all the beach sand in and had it spread. It was beautiful. It was really nice. And they had the beach going right down into the river. It was amazing. It kind of felt like Grenville Park looked, Grenville Park going down to the water. That's the way it felt over here. And then all of a sudden you flash forward once they stopped using it. And now that you mention it, I didn't know it was a flood, but you're right. Something happened that all of a sudden it was just all gone. And the only thing still was the two houses, but all the beach sand was all gone. And now that you say that, and now that you're mentioning that, so it might be just that.
Sit down.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
So that's good then. That's interesting to know. I'll look up some more about that too. But yeah, you can actually go and get all the lithographs. I can tell you where every tree that's still here now for 300 years old, 150 to 300 years old. Because the lithographs are a combination of drawings and the ones that come from where coincidentally ended up being taken from their viewpoint of my uncle's house. So when you're standing where my uncle lives today, you look up down, you know where the bridge is, the railroad bridge down there, and you go under the underpass. Okay. So when you go under the underpass, right up on top of that hill, right, there's some houses up there. Yep. There's some big tall houses and stuff. Another road up there and all that. All right, so that's my uncle's house. So the point of view was up on the mountain from my uncle's house. It was right up that hill, right?
Okay.
But from the point of view, no trees anywhere, all grass, everywhere you looked in the lithograph. And this is a big lithograph. It does like a whole town. So I'm saying, well, this is crazy. So you could see that there was freshly planted pine trees that were maybe about in the lithograph, right across the street from my uncle's. As a matter of fact, it was, you know where that gas station is on that same street on the right hand side. You go under the underpass, there's a gas station
Okay,
on the right.
it's on the
Yep.
left hand side. No, okay, on the right hand side. Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
The one now across the street from that, where that other garage is, that used to be a gas station too. Okay, so behind that garage, there was a line of pine trees that were just freshly planted. I mean, maybe 10 to 20 years old, I'm gonna guess, something like that. But there were a line of them, 11 of them. That's all that was there, 100 and something years ago, right? So this is 180 years ago. So I'm questioning all this. I'm saying, that is weird, man. You got the whole river, all Grenville Park. So I started going through Grenville Park. I found the line of trees still there today, 250, 280 from the lithograph or whatever it was. So I'm looking at it and saying, okay, so there's that line. Now all this forest. So we had one line of trees 200 and something years ago from each lithograph that I was looking up from the town of Ware. So that took me to Beckett, it took me to Belchertown, it took me to all over the place. And I'm looking around and I'm saying, there's something wrong with this picture, man. I heard all the stories that you attempted to say about, hey, we were tearing down trees for firewood and blah, 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 blah. But we're talking about, this is going back, man. This is going back to a time when we were just supposedly took all this land from the Indians, right? These lithographs were right when we got here, maybe within 20, 30 years of us being here. So therefore, when you look at the Quabbin and you say, so they were building their homes, you know, before they flooded it and everything, they built all their homes. They only lived in those homes that are all under the Quabbin for, what, 30 years? Not even a whole generation.
No, those homes were there. If you want to see something, go
1105 they got there, right? So
well,
11, and we didn't do the Quabbin.
So 19, okay, the Quabbin got, my father worked in a Quabbin. He worked, he first started delivering water to the guys cutting the trees. Okay, here's what a high level mark's going to be.
Right.
So all the trees were going to be.
But this is not, what you're talking about, not until what,
1930,
yeah.
35, 38 is when they start doing it. Okay, they start cutting the trees. Okay, so he started delivering water when he was a teenager to the guys cutting the trees. When they got done, he was with the guys moving the cemetery.
Okay.
If you want to see how old the Quabbin is, go into the Quabbin cemetery and look at the gravestones.
Yeah,
okay?
I've been all over that stuff.
That's where you got to go in. Okay, but yeah.
Yeah, but that part's okay. I'm okay with all that. Everything that happened from the 1930s on, I'm fine with. But when you track back to when, so that we're talking about 1663, I want to say, when anybody even came to Ware, right? Because Ware was founded in 1683, something like that.
Okay.
So that's when it was supposedly founded. That means, because you look at all the names of all the towns and stuff that we took from the Indians, right? So that's what they kind of did. They all got certain names like that. So that time frame. Then they didn't start building that whole town of all those, I'm sorry, 4 towns, because it was 4 towns that got put underwater, right? So that leaves a pretty big gap in between those time periods. So I was concerned that that picture, so the time you're talking about that they cut down all the trees, that's 100 and something years after the lithograph. That's like 116. Yeah, it is. It's 187 years after by the time your family got into bringing that water back and forth. That was already 150 years or whatever it was later, right? Because now it's 187 years. Yeah. So it would have been about 140, 100. So that's plenty of times. I mean, look at around here. Look at all these trees that we got, right? And then look at those trees over there. Those are 100, 150. Those 2 big ones, right?
Those who were here, they left those. All this is new. Okay, exactly. All this is new. Exactly. The real big ones were the ones. That one got left.
Right.
That one got left. That one got left.
So see my question though. Is that what happened over the last 100 and something years that made all the trees grow so? I know we had different things where they were putting out the seeds. We had the Johnny Appleseed story that we did all over the United States, right?
That's okay. That's apple trees.
No, but they branched that out. Like even right now to this day, you can go downtown as a citizen of this town, any town, and you can tell the town, what trees are you giving away right now? And they'll give you certain trees.
Yeah.
Like they'll give you the maples, the pines, whatever they want grown in their sectors. They'll say, where do you live? Where do you want to plant them? And you can plant them right anywhere you want, even in public, you can plant them. So, and they'll give them to you seeds or they'll give them to you different sizes. So with that going on for 100 and something years too, I say, what was growing naturally or not, you know? This is history, right?
Yeah, okay. Go here.
Yeah, yeah.
Take the left. Second house on the right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, on the second house on the right. Okay. Yeah, this guy just moved from. They moved from Washington.
Wow.
Oh, or from Oregon. Oregon. So he's putting a fence in. It'd be interesting to see what he puts up.
A couple of my buddies, one of them on Malibu, is having a hard time unloading his, man. He's had it on the market for over a year. And not going anywhere. I mean, I know he's got some money into it, probably trying to get his money back on it.
Okay, this one went. The water, just as you go up, the first house on the right. That one supposedly, okay, the guy died. Supposedly, it got bought up by a bunch of lawyers out of Boston. They must buy houses all over the place,
Renting them, yeah.
fix them and get them out, whatever. There's a bunch of guys I played golf with, and they're the guys from, like from the Hadley in that area. He said the last 2-3 years, he says a house didn't stay on the market for 2 or 3 weeks.
Right.
It was gone.
Right.
Who was buying it? Win the world.
Well, if you can pay cash for it, you don't have to pay the 9% interest.
Well, because when the world was buying them, fixing them up, putting brand new. Okay, the biggest expense was okay, put all brand new windows in, get it all fixed up.
Right.
They're renting them to the college kids going
Right. But they're also paying cash for them. They're paying cash. They're not taking out loans for them. They're not going to bother mortgaging them right now, and that's the problem we're all having.
No, okay,
it
cost them. They got them cheap.
Yeah.
Okay, they had the cash for it. They got them, fix them up, and now they're renting them out to the college kids.
Yeah, exactly. You're renting them, and that's exactly what's happening to our neighborhoods right now because nothing is getting. If anybody's buying anything right now, it's only 2% of the people are actually like you and I. Everyone else has cash. They're investing in them. They're buying them and renting them. They don't buy them to resell them right now because who the hell's going to buy it? No one can afford the 8 or 9%.
Well, okay, these people. Well, I haven't talked to them, but my son and daughter did. Well, my wife, they got relatives in Barrie, so they left Oregon or I think it was Oregon or Washington. I found one of the states out there.
Yeah. They got a lot of problems going on right now. Yeah.
They're gonna come. They moved back here with their relatives in Barrie.
Yeah.
So they got the.
Oh, Washington, man, they just took away their Second Amendment rights. Their freedom of speech is gone. There's, oh my God, a lot of stuff going on. Texas is really bad right now too.
You need Trump to get back in again.
Yeah,
you need him to get back in a fucking clean house.
Yeah, I think we got to even get rid of all presidents. Myself, I think we gotta all get together on it sooner or later. Because he ain't helping much either. He pretends to, just like they all do. All these damn politicians all do that. I made the mistake too, because I thought when he came in, he promised that he was going to get rid of us being dump sacked. And most people don't even pay attention to us being dump sacked like that. And again, that gets into a bunch of stuff that nobody even wants to discuss, but it's above our heads almost every day, 3-4 days a week. They're dump sacking us. It's United Nations geoengineering projects, but no one wants to talk about it.
I told you, United Nations, pack up and leave.
Yeah.
Go find a place. I give you guys 30 days to go. 30 days, I'm going to have a whole bunch of Chinese vans show up, load up, and go someplace. Goodbye. Goodbye. You're gone. See ya.
Yeah, they're just also unbelievable, though. It's not worth trying to vote for them. It's like people like yourself and I, if we all got together, I just don't know what support it would be. Because you and I will only agree on, let's say, 10 different political things, right? And then the next person that we pull into it, if we feel it's important enough, they may agree on 2 or 3. I just went through last week with the town water doing all their thing now because we get threatened, right? If
okay, you got to go. You get to think of the picture. You can take a picture of the water meter rather than send it to them.
No, you don't even have to because we got the new smart meters now anyway, so you don't even have to. But the thing is that the water in this town sucks. It sucked for a long time. So if you complain about the water, you're going to get threatened with, okay, we'll sell it to a private industry. So if you go to a private industry to do it, then the money's really going to go up. So then they're whacking everybody. Like Jane Alden's went from $200 per quarter to $1,200 per quarter. Right? From the beginning of the year to end of the year, He just went from two, and he's nothing. So what I did was I started asking citizens around the laundromat and the car wash, hey, what do you think about getting an exemption for these guys and for the car wash? Because if the water department don't give them an exemption, and Jane Alden went from 200 to 1,200, laundromat's going out of business. He'll be out of business within a year. He can't afford to do that. He's gonna have to go for $15, $20 a wash on his machines if he's gonna keep up with that water pricing. And then I started talking to the owners of those two businesses, and I talked to them about doing gray water, because you can do a gray water laundromat, especially a car wash, is real easy. Gray water, you're using the same water over and over mixed with clean water that's filtered, right? So you keep filtering the water and you mix it with clean water. You can get away with that. I've done it. I worked in the laundry business for years, and I know the story with that. But you're talking about a $500,000 investment. He don't make enough to do that.
Okay, the house on the end of the street here on the left, he tied into the sewer system. This sewer system.
Okay. This is old.
No, this was just built, I don't know, 10 years ago, whatever. I forgot how long this was in there. And this is the sewage coming from Walmart and Lawz. That's what this is.
All right.
That's what this is.
Right.
Okay, because they had a leach field. They had to keep pumping it out. So they went. This goes right to the sewage treatment plant directly. Boom, direct feed.
I'm gonna look when I get back down the other way because I'm curious now. So that bottom road was Malboof. Now it's a little confusing because now.
Okay, you go. Yeah, this is Woodland Heights, I think, whatever. The next one is Malboof.
Yes, now they're going this way. But now, if you're on the trail and it goes down, you're saying that road down there that's got pavement on it, under the stone and pavement, that was the old Malboof.
Okay, I know. Okay, so you go on this trail, you come out onto Malboof, then you don't even go far, and there's another road going. Yeah,
yes.
Okay, that had to be just a runoff. Because if you look at it, it just goes.
That was the road to the beach, though. That was the road that led down to the beach.
Okay.
Yeah, and those two beach houses were right on the right-hand side.
Okay.
That was about 14, 15 years ago, 17 years ago when we got here.
Okay.
That's when we got here. So another funny coincidence about this way, that's continued on the other side, and they consider it a different road.
Okay, there's a guy, the guy that can tell you all about the beach stuff. If you go to Lost Town Brewery, okay, there was a couple guys I was talking, you're from where, and they knew all about jumping and swimming.
Yeah.
Because I talked about diving off the bridge, the dam in Bondsville, on the Swift River.
Right.
Okay, we used to dive off of that bridge.
Yeah.
There used to be a railroad bridge that went above that.
Oh, sure.
Okay, and there was a canal that went to the mills that burnt down.
Right.
Okay, back in the 60s or late 50s, there's a couple of guys that went off the railroad bridge. Okay, not off the canal. Yeah. We thought that was insane. Because we used to go on the railroad bridge. I remember it still being there when we used to go. We had to go underneath it.
Yeah.
That's like jumping off of that fucking tree into the canal.
Yeah.
Holy shit! Some of the abutments are still there.
Right.
Some of the abutments are still there. Well, yeah, okay. That railroad, that's the one that's up on 181. And then that one runs. Yeah, okay, it's on 181. It's the railroad that when you're going into Bondsville, you go underneath the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of that railroad.
Okay.
And then it just Then if you're going to Forest Lake, you go over to get it. And, keep going, and then finally it joins with this one in the railroad yard over here.
Okay.
Okay, that's what. But this railroad, this is the one that came. If you go by Pathfinder High School, that's this railroad.
Okay.
Okay. Matter of fact, if you come from Ludlow, okay, going to the Three Rivers,
yeah,
there used to be a bait shop when you got to the top of the hill.
Okay.
Okay, there's what's the bar? There's an intersection. There's like a whole bunch. there's one street that there's a whole bunch of construction guys. When you get to that one intersection, then you start going up the hill, and all the Portuguese guys' houses, mother's houses are on the left. You get to the top of the hill, the bait shop was right there. If you look behind where that bait shop was, that's this railroad. That's where it came out of Springfield, and then it went into Three Rivers, the high tension line by the Palmer High School. That's this railroad. The old town dump in Palmer. That's this railroad, and then it ended up. Somewhere in there, it ended up joining the other one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the owners of this railroad, they had it. Everything was done. All the abutments to build to put the rails in, crossing rivers. It was all done.
Right.
The last thing they had to do was just put the rails and ties in. The guys went down on the Titanic.
No, no shit.
Yep.
Another conspiracy that you hear.
The guys went down on the Titanic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they told us it was the Titanic, but it was actually the Mary Jane or whatever the hell it was called. It wasn't really the Titanic. Titanic was totaled weeks before, or whatever the story is.
But that
Yeah, that conspiracy.
the guys went down. Those guys went down on the Titanic. Yep. Okay, yeah, because the bridge, the railroad and where? Okay, that's the other railroad. Okay, they're not the same. They're not the same.
You know, it's so funny that we have several conversations.
There's two different railroads. Okay, that one on 181. That's the other one. That's not this one.
Two of the head politicians at the time that went down on that Titanic with the friends you're talking about, the people that were doing this train stuff. Okay, so two of them were head politicians that were fighting and winning the new law that was about to be created called the Federal Reserve, so that you could no longer, they didn't want to do any of this crap about stealing 1/3, 3 months out of every year's pay of people's salary was going to not be made legal. And those two guys that went down on that was another conspiracy for the Titanic, that they said, well, wait a minute, wrong ship, wrong story, wrong, what is this all about, getting rid of these guys? Because those were the only two supposedly that were left that were fighting it. Otherwise, the rest of us all put our hands up and said, oh yeah, we love it. You know, we love paying 1/3 of everything we make to the government for no reason. And then that money went directly to England. It didn't even come here. So that was, and it still don't. I'll wait to this day. I'll talk to you later. See you guys. Give them a little bit of it, right? And it was two of them. I believe it was two of them, two of the politicians. I don't remember shit about history. It's all fake fucking history anyways. But it's just funny because that's when they started the Federal Reserve. It was right after the Titanic went down, and that was supposed to be part of the story, was that, you know, they killed all them people and sunk the ship and all that because this guy was going to put a stop to it. He never would have put a stop to it. It was all planned from the fucking beginning. The whole thing has been a fucking lie, a joke the whole time. So even an argument that I would have had some years ago, what's this thing at for time? An hour already. You know, let's see if I can get in on this rock. Actually, there was a lot of boulders and rocks, but I didn't want to keep stopping with this guy. There we go. Because I didn't tell him what I was doing here. But you know, years ago I would have argued that and said, "Oh yeah, the Titanic. It wasn't even." I don't remember the name of the other ship that actually went down. I think it was the other one, right? I don't even. I might even have the story backwards. So it was the other ship. There was two of them that were identical, and the Titanic was one of those identical ships. And I believe it was the other one that got damaged. So they changed the labels on it, said that it was the Titanic, sent it on a mission to sink. And then were the people that I was claiming, the politicians that were fighting, calling the taxation of the human population of the United States of America, accusing it of being tyrannic, because you got to remember this is after the Depression, and that's how they got to push through everything with the Federal Reserve, was the Depression. That's the way they did it. And they're doing it again right now, man. I mean, I could obviously tell when I was talking to Joe, he's a really nice guy. I didn't want to piss him off and get him a big argument with him or nothing. But I mean, he believes in government, obviously, because anytime I touched on any of their fucking lies, he was like spinning around a little bit. You know, you could tell he didn't want to hear it. That's why I was letting him off the hook by calling them conspiracy theorists. But there's no such thing as a conspiracy or a conspiracy theory. No such thing. Fucking everything we've ever heard, learned, thought, taught, programmed has been a lie. Everything. Everything. There's nothing that hasn't, because any little bits and pieces of truth that may have existed are lost when you just start adding lies to them. One little lie can ruin a whole bunch of truth. One tiny little lie. And you have to scrap it all and start over again. And that's what I'm trying to do with all of you. I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you the system, not tell you about it. I'll be back.